What's up, YouTube? So before we get started, on Undisputed, they're going to be talking about the Dallas Cowboys and free agency and who they're going to pick up and how much they're going to sign them for. So let's see what they have to say.
Cowboys strategy.
First things first, Eric Berry coming in, Skip. Could he be an upgrade? Sure. The question that they're going to have to ask themselves, and I think they kind of know the answer to this, can he stay healthy? As Jenny read, out of a possible 32 games in the last 2 years, he's only played, he's missed 28 or 29 of those games. So 3 games over the last 2 years. He's not getting younger, and he's coming off an Achilles injury and the heel injury, which was probably caused by the Achilles injury.
So Eric Berry has only played 3 games within 2 years, has a nagging Achilles injury. He definitely can't be paid top dollar because he's a liability. We don't know if he can play a whole season, let alone a contract. Definitely going to have to take a pay cut somewhere. Let's keep going.
How well will he be able to run? Because, Skip, when we saw him healthy, we saw the job that he did on Rob Gronkowski on an opening Thursday.
He sure did.
That might have been the greatest performance by a safety against Gronk that we've seen in a very, very long time. But since that time, because he ended up getting injured in that game, he's never been the same before. I mean, he's been the same after that. So will he ever be the same? And he realizes this is probably his last payday. The Cowboys are looking at it, well, we'll be willing to work with you a little bit, but we're going to make this contract incentive-laden. We don't want to give you the lion's share of this money in guaranteed money, given your injury history. So I think that's what he's going to have to, like, okay, what am I willing to take, and am I healthy, and can I get this, $50,000, $100,000 every game that I'm on the active roster? Now to Jenny and what you really, really want to talk about. No, it ain't going to happen, Skip Bayless. You know why? Because they want to get paid. Paid. Capital P-A-I-D. You got some of that over there?
I got lots of them.
No, you ain't got nothing.
First of all, $50 million.
50, you got $50 million? Oh, what you call it?
I don't have it, but they do.
First of all, Zeke want all that. So what you got for Amari and Dak? Skip, here's the thing. Look, it's simple as this. You got Dak, Amari, Jalen Smith, Byron Jones, and DeMarcus Lawrence, all set to be free agents after the season. DeMarcus Lawrence is looking like this, Skip. Okay, he just got franchised again this year. Last year was franchised, I think, at $17 million. This year is $20.5 million. Now, he's sitting back looking, and this is the thing that hurts guys that's on a team that gets franchised or transition. They look at a guy like Trey Flowers. Detroit just played Trey Flowers like he J.J. Watt.
They did.
DeMarcus Lawrence is like, hold on, wait a minute. Oh, that just went to 2 back-to-back Pro Bowls. I'm a first-team All-Pro last year, 16 and a half. I think he had, 10 sacks this year, 10 and a half this year. And I need long-term money. Zeke, I agree with Mike Florio. He should hold out because this is how they do running backs. Most of the time, if you're a first-round draft pick, then you make you play all 4 years, Skip. Then they pick up your 5th-year option. And then the 6th year, they franchise you. In the 7th year, they franchise you, they use you up, and now you're gone. If I'm...
Exactly. They will run you to the ground. They will run you into the ground.
You gotta say, nah, bro, y'all not going to do me like that.
Well, you saw what they did to DeMarco Murray. 2014, led the league in rushing. Bam, 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 bam. Running over half the league, right? And that was sort of the end of DeMarco.
And that was sort of the end of DeMarcus. And so you look at it like that, like, hold on, wait a minute. And now you got Dak. Dak is looking at it like, Skip, did they just give Nick Foles $50 million guarantee for 13 starts over the last 2 years? And you...
Okay, so Dak he has a little bit of bargaining chips, but Foles went to the Super Bowl 2 years ago and won. He beat Tom Brady. Dak hasn't even made it to the NFC Championship game. So the Cowboys have a little bit of bargaining chips with that. But let's keep going.
You want me to take how big of a haircut? Now, I ain't got a whole lot of hair, but y'all not finna shave me bald up in here. So I needs all that. Amari Cooper looking like, did you see what that just get Golden Tate? You see that money that get Golden Tate?
So Amari Cooper balled out last year. So between Oakland, I think he got traded from Oakland, I think like the 4th or 5th week or something like that, to the Dallas. So I think he had last year in total receptions, like 75 receptions for like, I think maybe 1,100 yards. maybe 1,000 yards. I can't quite remember, with maybe like 7 touchdowns. So he had a great year between both teams, and you want to pay that man. Let's keep going.
Hey, Jerry, I saw you bought a $250 million yacht. I need some of that. What about Byron Jones, Skip? Jalen Smith flying over, knocking people out. I need some money. Now, the only way they can make this happen, Skip, is that, and here's the thing. Now, when you at a situation, you're not a true free agent. So if they come and give them extensions, you're probably going to have to give them 95 cents on the dollar. You're not going to get the whole 100. You understand that. But unless these guys take 85% on the dollar, I don't see how they get it done, Skip.
So, Shannon, you probably get everybody, if you will, and deal big time, and maybe give them 90 cents on the dollar and push a little bit of money here or there for a guy that you kind of praise over anybody else. I guess you can probably go with. But let's keep going.
And I think in order of getting done, I would go Zeke, DeMarcus, Dak, Amari, Jalen Smith, Byron Jones.
Nah, I would go probably Dak, Zeke, DeMarcus, and probably on down. Let's keep going.
I would go in that order because Zeke got the most compelling case, Skip. Jim Brown, Earl Campbell are the only 2 guys and Zeke. So it's 3 guys that's led the league in rush of yards per game in their first 3 years. Now that he got suspended in year 2. He would have led the league 3 years in a row, his first 3 years. Those other 2 guys are in the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
That's the arc.
By the way, Zeke per game rushing over 3 years led it all 3 years.
He was 10 yards clear the year he was suspended.
That is correct.
So with that,
but they're probably going to throw in his face the off-the-field trouble in the games that he missed. That's probably going to be their bargaining chips, probably the only bargaining chips, because Zeke is a baller. Let's keep going.
That being said, Zeke said, I can't let y'all use me up because I know what y'all do. And see, they looking and see what's going on with Todd Gurley. See, they gave him that extension, and they talking about Todd.
Todd Gurley just went to the Super Bowl. He lost, but he just went to a Super Bowl. Let's keep going.
Have chronic arthritis and knee problems.
That is correct.
Zeke said, that ain't got nothing to do with me. I need my paper. I'm not going to let y'all run me in the ground like y'all did DeMarco Murray before I got here. So go on and pay me. It's not going to happen. You're going to miss the playoffs, so you're going to be sad all the way around.
You are in the rarest ever cowboy-hating form today, and I do appreciate it because it makes everybody step back and look hard at this situation and say, well, time out. Cowboy-hating Shannon Sharpe. Aren't these all good problems? See, you act like Jerry Jones has a cap that's been reduced, like he's got cap liability. He gets the same amount of salary cap as all the other teams get, right?
Yes.
They don't get penalized under the salary cap just because he has a yacht. That doesn't count under the cap.
No.
You act like they have less money to spend than anybody else.
No, but the problem they have, the other teams don't. They got 7 really good players.
I'll take that.
Exactly, Shannon. So the Cowboys, they have, like you said, 7 really great ballers that they need to distribute all that money to. And most other teams don't have maybe 1 or 2 ballers that they have a lot more money to distribute to those guys. So the Cowboys definitely have some good problems. Good problems. Let's keep going. And hopefully they can play off these problems and get them to the championship game next year. But the Cowboys can't seem to stay out of their own way every single year. Every single year is something little, bunch of little things that pile up that always get in the way of the Cowboys doing what they want to do. But that's for another video. Let's keep going.
I would too.
These are good problems. In fact, they aren't good problems. They're great problems because you're telling me my team has too many great or soon-to-be great players. Am I right?
No, ain't no
That's what you're saying.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Oh, in other words,
I'm good. Would you rather have my problems or the Giants' problems?
So I'd rather have Dallas problems, obviously. But I think the Cowboys can probably pull it off. Like I said before, if they could pay those guys maybe 90 cents on the dollar and whatever they skim off the top of each guy, maybe give it to the guy that they prize the most, that they need most at that position, I think they can maybe pull it off. Especially if they use their bargaining chips to persuade players and also with the type of team that they're going to have and the incentives they can have if they go to the Super Bowl, how that can help guys in the other contracts, the next coming up contracts. So I think the Cowboys can pull it off. They're in a very good spot. But let's keep going.
Or the Redskins problems, or the Denver Broncos problems. They have negative problems. They have deficit players. They have cupboard is getting barer by the day. They're like, how do we fix this? This isn't a bad problem. It's a great problem. This is the kind of problem any team would say, please give us these problems. Make us the Cowboys problems, right? Mm-hmm. Because these are all fixable problems. There are ways, even if you lose one of those players, you still have an embarrassment of riches. You have a potential Super Bowl team here. Yes, you do. Everything you just detailed is potential Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl. Now, let's step back from the situation and look hard at it. Okay. What happened last year? The Cowboys won the division for the second time in 3 years with Dak Prescott at quarterback, right? Mm-hmm. And Zeke obviously got suspended.